last time. One last time.
Okay, now we're doing a action movie marathon. Actually, it's just we're comparing two movies that we're watching. This is Bad Boys for Life. So we have a full woman cast.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is Bad Boys for Life, male cast.
Kinda.
Well,
You have Vanessa Hudgens in it, and
So,
you also have another chick.
let's
I
compare the
forgot her
two.
name.
Let's see how Bad Boys for Life is.
No director that is called Michael Bay making this movie.
That's bad.
I made it sound weird.
That's
the way
bad.
I said that. Yeah, Michael Bay did not
just,
direct this movie.
You just telling me that means I'm not going to get the action sequences of number 2.
I don't know.
I'm not going to get the Michael Bay, them standing up in an upward angle as we circle around up
Shit
to
just
them.
got real.
Shit just got real moment. I'm not going to get that.
I don't know.
I'm irritated. I'm sad. Already I started
They
with a low
might.
note.
This director might be the best Michael Bay impersonator.
Yeah.
You want your legacy to be muscle shirts and body counts?
Look at this mess. It's carnage.
I didn't do all this.
You didn't shoot anybody?
Well, come on, Cap. You know I shot some people.
Yeah. Fuck me. Fuck.
2054.
20 minutes and 54 seconds in Bad Boys for Life. And so we have a fun group of characters like we've always had. The cinematography's great. The action is the bad guy, mom and dad and the son.
Yeah, so
Mom
far
and
there
son.
hasn't really been action.
But-
It's just
The mom,
setting up the bad guys.
the mom, the bad guy mom, is insane, and that was a huge good build up for that. And then the son, you didn't realize how insane he is as an assassin until he just murdered all these people, and then you're like, oh shit! You're telling me these 55-year-old men have to fight these two?
Who are building an army.
What? And then the gravity of he shot up Will Smith.
Yeah,
You're
Will
like,
Smith is almost
whoa.
like he's on the verge of death.
You're like, this is in the first 20 minutes. You can't have more weight onto this movie.
Like if you turn the movie off right now, you would still be wondering what happened.
Yeah, no, I'd be haunted with, oh my god, how did they stop this thing?
They did really well at keeping you glued to your seat.
Yes, good job, whoever directed this. Good job.
Michael Bay impersonator.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
Can you tell it's not a Michael Bay movie yet?
Yes.
Yes, but
yes, you can. But
he's doing pretty good at keeping up
No.
to Michael Bay-ish.
it's got that tension. It's got that. We're having instead of like say Charlie's Angels montage in the very beginning, right, where it's just little girls the whole time just doing random things. We have a montage of the assassin murdering people.
Yeah, there is a lot of
music.
gravity behind this movie, the sequence of events.
Yeah, and
even though it
Martin
was
Lawrence
still as fun.
Martin Lawrence, good job. You brought
you-
back
you
the
missed
comedy.
Martin Lawrence.
He's so good. Oh,
So good.
but I am completely glued to my seat, and
Now we haven't met the new team yet. We just kind of barely glossed over them right now.
For
the
what-
ammo team.
for what they've built so far. I am happy with this movie. I am it for right now. It goes Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys for Life, and then original Bad Boys.
Now keep in mind another
For me
thing that
right
they
now.
built that we didn't gloss over, that we just we didn't even talk about. Martin Lawrence's character just said that if Mike survives, he doesn't want to at all cause any more attacks. So Martin Lawrence's character is broken as well.
So yeah, no. If if Mike survives, that means Martin Lawrence's character is not going to fight at all.
No, so every
He won't do
bit
anything.
of their Bad Boys ish is broken.
They are at the bottom of the barrel. You can't get lower.
And
for
this
the
is
Bad
the very
Boys.
first 20 minutes.
I'm on board. I'm excited for this one. They should have made this the trailer. By the way, all of this, I would have been going there to the theater to watch this movie if they said, by the way, this happens in the first 20 minutes. Go. Show me that. That's what's gonna get me in the seat. That's my only gripe. You didn't market this movie like with this gravity.
You didn't market the movie that good.
Yeah.
It seems like a really good movie. You didn't market it right.
Yeah, you just
I like how that's your only critique.
Yeah, make it.
That's funny.
All right, that's good. It's good. I'm excited.
Ask the clubs, bad boy, that's what's up.
We driving through a mall. We're not just black, we're cops too. We'll pull ourselves over later.
It's official. I survived what I've been through. Y'all got drama, the saga continues. Bad boys. Bad boys. We ain't going nowhere.
You were right about the glasses. I've been telling your ass for a year.
We can't be stopped now.
Shit, Mike. These are like HD.
Cause it's bad boy for life. We ain't
It keeps going and going until it actually becomes funny. So okay, we didn't stop the movie because it's quite a long movie. So we've just finished Bad Boys for Life, and
How did you feel?
well, I like the overall story. Great overall story. I am happy with it. The action didn't feel like a Michael Bay movie until the end. The end, suddenly I was like, that's Michael Bay stuff. But Michael Bay would put that throughout the entire movie.
No, I thought the middle action sequence, it was going back to the roots of what a Bad Boys movie was. It was off the wall action.
Yeah, but it didn't get like, it's not like Bad Boys 2 where
No.
they have a car.
No, they're
and
throwing cars
using-
at you, you know.
And they have a car hooked and they're using that.
Oh,
as
yes.
a-
Oh, yes. It was
and then-
way more.
And then it ends up, and then the car chase ends up to a shootout that you have a wide and you go boom and you swoop around
Oh,
the
yeah,
wide and
yeah.
everybody's shooting.
I'm
Okay,
not saying.
it didn't-
Of course,
it
the
didn't-
action in number
but
2
it
was
didn't-
way better than any of the
and that
other
was only
movies.
one out of a countless amount of action
yes.
sequences.
Oh, yes.
That it didn't ever get like that, but it did that at the end. It started doing that stuff at the end.
For the most part.
That's
And in certain sections of the ending, I mean, the whole movie had this problem, but in certain sections, it was just the run-of-the-mill same action.
well, I mean, yes and no, but it wasn't as off the wall insane like Bad Boys 2.
No.
It was good. The ending action sequence was the closest to a Michael Bay.
Oh, yes.
That you
of
can
course. Well, because you had to end them. I mean, it had to be a big action
Right.
ending.
Right. And
It was very grounded of a movie. More of
and
a
I
grounded
think that
movie.
worked in its favor.
I think one thing that I liked was number 2 was so explosive, so big, so over the top. It was kind of cool to bring it more personal,
Right.
more down to earth,
Back to almost like Bad
Back-
Boys 1.
back to a personal level. Yeah.
And which you start and that's one thing I say a lot in my critique about a lot of action films is the more insane you get the action sequences and the longer they go on, the more you feel okay, the good guy is never going to lose because he constantly survives throughout the entire thing. So the longer this person fights this person, it's less I fear for his life. In this, it was very quick action sequences, so anything could happen. You almost felt a little bit of a dread for these characters, more so than say number 2, which you just like in awe, going, "Oh, give me another."
You're just like, okay, what are you gonna do next?
Yeah.
What's
but
gonna be over the top?
I
again?
never felt scared for the characters
In number 2, no.
in number 2.
In this one, I mean, because so many of the characters died. You're like,
Right,
wow.
right. And so I would rate this just below Bad Boys 2. But you need to have, in this occasion, this is one of the rare occasions that you need to have watched 1, 2, and 3 to appreciate this one for what it is. Unlike, say, I'd say, no, even the Marvel movies. You would have at least had to have watched all the Avengers to see the last two.
By far, yes. But there's some sequels that you don't have to watch all of them. Like if you just jump into a Terminator 2, you didn't even watch number 1.
No, you don't. They hash enough to where you don't have to know anything about Terminator 1
No.
to appreciate Terminator 2. This one, to appreciate it fully, you had to have at least been a fan of the second.
Keep in mind, this is just a go for it action movie. It is not meant to be anything more. It's not supposed to be like super heartwarming. It's not supposed to touch you. It's not supposed to be, I mean, the story is cliched. It's pretty cliched. By the way, it's your son.
Yeah.
He's an amazing, the most amazing fighter you've ever come across. He's your son.
Because he's he's the most amazing assassin and stuff because he's everything he takes after me.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's like
it is
like somehow talent goes through your blood.
You know what it is he's fight. It is a retelling of Logan.
Kinda,
In a sense, but he doesn't die.
But even Logan was a retelling of like 100 other movies.
You're fighting the worst of you,
yes,
the worst in you, and you're technically in a sense, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence were fighting Will Smith,
but
the bad guy.
The thing that I
of
really
Will
liked
Smith.
is I took away from it was they in the second movie. In the second movie, they were young enough that they could do all of this action. Well,
Right.
here they're older, so they get winded.
Yeah.
They get this. They played upon you're getting older kind of sense of being,
Right.
And which I think worked entirely.
Yeah, he can't outfight the other guy. You saw the younger guy. The two younger dudes, and one guy. He was strong enough that he caused his anger, and he went through a
Freaking stone pillar.
Stone pillar that's like 2.5
Knocked a
feet
stone
thick.
pillar down.
Yeah.
I mean, normally you need a car.
And you saw that, and because he's young enough, he's spry enough to do that, he'll bounce back. And you didn't see that.
Martin Lawrence
Like
had
the other.
some weight on him and everything. You didn't
Oh,
see
yeah.
him doing some diving and rolling. It was everything worked according to their actual
And
physical.
you got what I wanted in an action scene. At the end, you got the weight. You got the gravitas.
when he was like, "I'm not going to fight my son."
Right, he's
And
not going to fight his son.
his
He's
son is
getting
just
owned.
whooping his ass now.
And then
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence, what he doing? He got stabbed 6 times from the witch lady.
Oh yeah.
And he's bleeding. He could barely stand up and walk. He's bleeding
You
like crazy.
you felt there was weight behind what was happening in front of
Right,
you.
right.
And that actually benefit. That's the way you make an action movie. I mean, the action sequences. Every action sequence, there was always some kind of weight behind something. There was always something going on that you were like, "Oh, this is bad for the good guys."
Right.
This, something bad happened. Something could go wrong.
You start off, and he's like, "We have pellet guns. We're shooting pellets. They're shooting live ammo."
Did anybody tell the bad guys this?
Yeah, and they're like, "Just shoot them more. They're not going to do any damage." And so I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think, yeah, it's worth
It's a
a watch.
solid
It's
don't.
good.
It's a solid don't bring your mind to the movies and just watch.
No, watch. It's got a lot of heart.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of messages you can take away from it, and it's good. It's insane. 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 It's insane.